Hello, everyone. Welcome to Development Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis, coming to you from the Ventura Cigar Company studio. With me today is John McTavish. How you doing, John?
Good man. Happy football Sunday. Woo!
That's right. So today we are talking about the Rocky Patel Age Limited Rare Second Edition Robusto. It's more of a Robusto Extra 5.5 by 52 ring gauge. Comes out of the Tavicusa factory in Nicaragua. Wrappers Mexican San Andres. Binder and filler both from Nicaragua, blended by Rocky Patel. Price point is $13, and the cigar was released in October of 2019. So with all that out of the way, John, take us to your overall experience with this cigar.
First of all, I mean, it's a really good looking cigar. This is probably one of the best looking cigars I think that Rocky's released in the past few years. Just in terms of presentation, it's a pretty stunning thing. I mean, it looks more like a celebratory or a cigar that's kind of meant to mark some sort of anniversary than I think quote unquote regular release. That being said, I guess if it's 1350, the packaging probably needs to match that kind of cost. My overall smoking experience was pretty average. The cigar was interesting in the first third. I think it had a lot of flavors to offer, and I was hoping it was going to go in that direction, or at least maintain an average level. But unfortunately, every third stepped down from the first third till it became really unbalanced and harsh in the last third, which is disappointing. I would say the construction and burn of the cigar is fitting of a cigar of that price. That is from my perspective, the burn was perfect and the draw was pretty perfect. Unfortunately, like I said, the flavor experience was just pretty average overall. It ranged from good in the first third to subpar in the last third. So that's a pretty big range. I would have actually rathered it just be average all the way through than subpar in the last third. What was your overall experience like?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started out with cocoa, some mustiness, and some cedar. As it progressed, that musty cedar was the primary component the rest of the way as the cocoa kind of eased up and a little bit of black pepper joined in. Cedar gained some char as the cocoa and the black pepper kind of bounced in and out. Construction was great. Really just allowed me to focus on the flavors while the strength was right around medium full most of the way. I never smoked the original release of this, so I can't really compare between the two. But I thought the cigar was, it started off well. I think similar experience to you in that first third, but by the second third, things were fairly average. And then the final third, the char and the dryness really just knocked things down even more. If it could have kind of kept that first third's flavor profile, we'd be talking about a totally different cigar.
Absolutely.
But as I experienced it, it's not something that has me kind of jonesing to smoke another one or anything like that. So,
Not especially not at 1350. I mean, you
yeah,
charging 1350, you kind of have to have a 1350 flavor experience, and
right.
yep.
All right, so let's get into the scores. We were right neck and neck, and the only thing that was different was that you scored the burn, one rating higher than me. So you were 575, I was 565. So how does the 575 match up for you?
Yeah, so we've spoken about this many times, I think, in the past. This is a pretty good example of a cigar flavor-wise that sits at about a 5.3, 5.4, which is, again, not bad. It's just average. That means this cigar, flavor-wise, doesn't do anything better than any other cigar you could randomly grab off the shelf, which is not bad. It
Mhm.
just means it's an average experience. The flavor or the construction and burn being what it is, that's what elevates it to a 5.75. So if you're just rating this strictly on flavor, it is not 5.75. It is a very, very average experience. What about you?
Yes, everything you said is exactly the same. I just had a slightly wavy burn, other than compared to your straight burn. So that's the only
Yeah.
difference between our overall experience. Starts out well. It's got that nice cocoa piece to it, but after that, it goes downhill a level each third. So that's
Maybe if you sit on these for another year, maybe that last third would even out. Because honestly, if that last third wasn't so harsh, I think, this might just reach the sixes, maybe a
yeah,
6.1. But that last third kind of, it really puts a bad asterisk on the experience.
yeah, exactly. All right, if you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. But also check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalates.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.